2011 marked the birth of one of the darkest corners of the internet. A platform called Silk Road began operating on the deep web. In these hidden depths of the internet, transactions could occur far from legal regulations, all in anonymity and secrecy. Silk Road was not just a marketplace, but it would soon become the new hub for the global drug trade. Ross Ulbricht, the founder of Silk Road, was a young entrepreneur. He was born on March 27, 1984, in Austin, Texas, to an educated middle-class family. His father was an engineer, and his mother worked as a psychologist. From a young age, Ross was known as a bright and curious child. He developed an interest in computers, particularly in the depths of the internet. During his high school years, Ross was the kind of student who seemed not to care much about exams, but always managed to achieve high grades. This personality was reflected in his SAT results, where he scored an impressive 1460. With this score, he graduated from high school in 2002 and earned a full academic scholarship to study physics at the University of Texas. Ross then joined Pennsylvania State University, where he studied crystallography. During his graduate years, he embraced a minimalist lifestyle. These years shaped him in two significant ways. First, he met Julia, an 18-year-old freshman who became his girlfriend. Second, he developed a growing interest in social justice and individual freedom.
Try me.
Okay. Ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to change the world.
Which eventually led him to adopt more radical ideas. While studying, he shifted his focus from physics to economics and individual liberties. It was during this time that Ross developed a libertarian perspective, opposing government control over people's lives. After graduating, Ross tried his hand at various jobs, but eventually decided to harness the power of the internet to create something revolutionary. This desire gave birth to the idea of Silk Road.
Neighbors, there is something interesting going on right now. What if I were to tell you that there is a drug superstore on the internet right now?
Silk Road operated as a completely secret marketplace. Users had to use the Tor browser to access the site. Tor encrypts internet traffic and hides IP addresses, allowing users to stay anonymous. On Silk Road, users could only pay with Bitcoin, as it ensured privacy and made it impossible to trace transactions. Sellers would post their products on the site, and buyers could evaluate and leave comments on them. Silk Road functioned like a digital marketplace, but the items sold here were illegal. To protect both buyers and sellers, the site offered an escrow system. Once a buyer made a payment, the money would be locked until the product was delivered. If the seller failed to send the product, the money would be refunded to the buyer. Silk Road gained massive popularity in a short time and became the only place where many people did their drug shopping. However, like all things, it had its end. 2013 would mark the fall of Silk Road. The FBI had started tracking the platform and Ross Ulbricht. Silk Road had hundreds of thousands of users worldwide, and enormous amounts of money were changing hands. However, Ross Ulbricht made a mistake while trying to control everything. The FBI began tracking Ulbricht's digital footprints. Emails and personal information found on his computer revealed the hidden details of Silk Road and its business model. The FBI launched an extensive operation to take down Silk Road. In October 2013, Ross Ulbricht was arrested in San Francisco. An armed FBI agent had followed Ulbricht until he confessed to being the operator of Silk Road. With Ross's arrest, Silk Road's doors closed, but much was learned about the underground trade and the dark corners of the deep web. After his arrest, Ulbricht underwent a lengthy trial. As the founder of Silk Road, the charges against him were severe. In 2015, he was found guilty of organized crime, drug trafficking, and money laundering. Ulbricht was sentenced to double life sentences, meaning he would never leave prison. After the closure of Silk Road, many similar illegal marketplaces began to emerge on the deep web. Silk Road became a symbol of the dark web and marked the digital era of international drug trafficking. However, the arrest of Ross Ulbricht and the shutdown of Silk Road was not the end of illegal trade, but merely the beginning of a new chapter. New dark marketplaces and more secretive platforms quickly emerged.